On the shutdown, voted by 2 out of 3 hosts to be our lead, really all three of us. The president today, as I said, is doing this Antifa event, but will likely get questions about all manner of topics. Here's a Washington Post headline. Now 103, Trump threatens shutdown layoffs. So far, he hasn't followed through. The press is kind of turning a little bit towards favoring the Democrats, as they typically do in general, but also during shutdowns. Politico has a story suggesting that healthcare is breaking through for the Democrats. One person who's emphasizing healthcare, still and again, is Senator Schumer. The three of us could speculate quite accurately about the staff conversation that led up to Chuck Schumer making this video. It's several minutes long. We'll show you the top of it. You'll see echoes of the Bernie Sanders AOC video we showed you the other day. Ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman from Brooklyn, the Senate Minority Leader, Charles Chuck Schumer, on the shutdown.
So now we're in a government shutdown. And you may be asking yourself, how the hell did we get here? Donald Trump and the Republican Party are hell-bent on taking health care away from 60 million people, closing community clinics, rural hospitals, nursing homes, all so they can keep giving tax breaks to their billionaire friends. It's a disgrace. So Democrats have 3 words for this. No fucking way.
All right, it goes on. There's some real hot people in there. Schumer stands Perot style at a chart and makes the case for health premium increases. Dan, we've been pretty hard on Schumer here as a messenger. How do you rate that video?
Well, the video and the messenger, it's a little uncomfortable because it's like if your parents tried to go, make a video for the kids, so to speak. The message is actually pretty good. And I mean, I wouldn't curse. That's not my style. And I don't really think it's him. But I think the party does feel a little bit of wind at its back on this issue, whether it's right now or going into the midterm. So, as is often the case, Schumer's the last to climb on board and it looks totally inauthentic and clunky. But other than that, there is a good foundation to it.
Yeah. Sean, do you think that your party's threatened by the message? Forget the execution of the video. The message of rising healthcare premiums, is that a political threat, either in the context of the shutdown or beyond?
Sure. I mean, I think the average person recognizes when they're getting a notice. And again, remember who it is. So you've got most Americans get their health insurance through their employer. I'm well aware of this. I have a payroll to cover. So those costs are real to me and my company. And I think for people who run a company who are self-employed or a contractor, those are real costs. So absolutely, anything that affects your bottom line. I do think you can't decouple the messenger from the message. If it's not delivered well, then it's almost like it doesn't matter. It's like a bad marketing campaign for a product. If it doesn't sell well, then it doesn't matter. That was to say cringeworthy is an understatement. It's bad. And I also think beyond that, it's way over the top. Right. So, and again, I don't mean to be giving free advice for the Democrats. It's just every hospital is going to close. You will never see a doctor again. First aid won't even be available. Band-Aids are going out of stock. I mean, it sounded so over the top that I don't think it's believable. And that's where, again, they're jumping the shark on this issue. And if they stuck to something more simple and easy, you're getting premiums, your costs are going up. Even if you don't, your employer is going to raise, and blah, blah, blah. It would have been simple and easy. They can't help themselves by go way too far because what he said is just patently false.
Well, I think the challenge is the party. I keep saying this. The party is mimicking Trump now, right? I mean, whether it's the immigration conversation on healthcare, whether it's the idea of cities are hellscape war zones, the party's getting in on the game now, which is go big, go bold. It is shocking, his language. It is a little over the top. So it penetrates. It's punchy. We're talking about it, right? Sounds very familiar to Donald Trump. If you're talking about me, I'm winning.
Well,
the one thing I'll say is when you sent that around, Mark, this morning, it's the first time I've ever logged into Blue Sky, and so that's right. It's called Blue Sky.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
But so I assume, that his team is posting it to other platforms. But to me, that's very telling. You're really trying to to Dan's point, speak your base.
I'll say, I only found out about that thing from one thing that came across my feed. I wonder how many people here watching us live saw that Schumer video, heard about it before we played it. My point is, I don't think they did a particularly good job of promoting it. Probably took him half a day.
No, but I wonder if this is just him covering his left flank because he knows AOC is going to primary him and he'll lose.
Well, there's still no reason to put it out there. I mean,
well, I think it's more that he is so unsure of himself and unsure of what's happening that it's like, okay, the water's warm. I'm going to go in and do this, right? He's not the front. AOC is the front. AOC is unafraid. She's not poll testing it. She's not looking around the room to say, okay, what do you all, is this popular? Has anyone else done this yet? And that's his problem as the leader, is he's not leading.
They say that something that's easy is like a walk in the park. Well, easier than a walk in the park, hit the subscribe button, be part of the two-way community, never miss an episode, be part of our conversations. Thank you for your service to America.
And don't forget, you can now listen to the morning meeting and Two-Way Tonight on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.